project. So today, again, I got home, and by the time I finished eating, it was 5 o'clock, which means I had 2.5 hours. I have 2.5 hours to get everything done, and that's just no time whatsoever. Not to mention, because I didn't really do anything yesterday for Mina, because I'm not doing anything today because it's so late now. I am going to have to I actually did an hour and a half today at work, but it was all for nothing because it didn't work the way I wanted. I actually did a lot more than that, but it didn't end up. I wouldn't feel right logging these hours for them to not be. I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I worked a lot of hours today at work for Mina, Emmy Fitness, right? But there was no really output of what I did because I was just trying to figure stuff out and it wasn't working. So I didn't log those hours. So as of right now, I still need 6.5 hours. And if I'm not going to work on anything tonight because I'm going to record the show, then do a role play, and then get ready for bed, all that stuff, then tomorrow and Saturday, I'm going to have to get 6.5 hours. So that means 3 hours tomorrow, 3 hours Saturday. Now, it's not a big deal to get even 10 hours or of something on Saturday at all. I mean, that's not a problem at all. But I don't want to have to sacrifice my entire goddamn Saturday, you know? I don't want to have to do that. So, I don't know. So that's frustrating. But, with me putting a lot more effort and energy and focus on the gym and the workouts that I'm doing right now, it just goes into my evening, and I just have less and less time. And it's tough, dude, because I definitely want to continue making this extra money because it's simple work, it's convenient, I'm at my house, it's great, but I'm not working on my own stuff, And obviously this is different if I quit my job, but I just don't know about that yet. But either way, it's like even if I did quit my job, and I have now 7 months, right? So I'll have March, April, May, June, July, August, September, all to myself. Even then, when I think about having to allocate 20 hours and get paid double, which is very cool. When I think about that, 20 hours, if you average that between 5 days a week, that's 4 hours a day. 4 hours. And I don't like the idea of splitting that into halves and doing, because I talked about it on the call with Mina on this podcast. I wouldn't want to do, for example, 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. and then 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. And I think those are the exact numbers I gave him. It's on one of these calls. It's on one of the one-on-one calls episodes, I believe. But I wouldn't want to do that. I wouldn't want to have that lingering, looming over my head that, okay, I wake up, I got to do this, actually got to do 2 hours here, and then I got to pause. Then I got to go over here and do something else for myself. And then, okay, at 4 p.m., got to go back to, I don't know, dude. Maybe I'm being dumb, but that just sounds like shit. I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to worry about anything other than my own business, even if that makes $0 right now. So, I don't know. Guess we'll just wait, but we'll see what happens. I'm still going to gun for it for the rest of this week for sure. I would feel horrible if I didn't get the hours in. But man, I don't know. It's just, I guess we'll just give it one more week. We'll see what happens. But after that, I think if nothing else, if I don't quit my job or whatever, if I get rejected or whatever the case may be, I think I'm just going to have to tell Mina no thank you anymore because it just, I don't know. This is, sometimes I shy away from talking about stuff on here because I have people who I see on a daily basis, listening to the show, and they have their judgments, their opinions, whatever. Not that I'm afraid of it, but it's just I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to have to worry about having conversations. And so sometimes I shy away from talking about certain things, and this is one of them, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. So I was looking at my financial situation, and I like to play out the worst case scenario just so I know where I'm at. And I also play out the best case scenario. So it's definitely equal, but admittedly so I spend more time on the worst case just so I understand what the stakes are, So when I look at my finances, I have $15,000 in available credit that I could use if I wanted to. And if I'm negative $1,000 per month on my current bills and I guess lifestyle, with groceries and bills and rent and all this stuff, and if I'm negative $1,000, that means technically if I were to really, go all in, as long as I have my job, I would be fine to not make a single dollar for 15 months as long as I have my current job. Right now, after 7 months, it's a different story because that would be when I would be not receiving any kind of income. But yeah, and that's because I'm negative right now. So I'm negative $1,000 a month, and I have $15,000 in available credit to use if I wanted to. So I see that and I'm like, okay, I have 15 months of life. So I'll be okay as long as so that's what kind of goes through my head. And I think it's important to share these types of things because it's the mindset of me now, not having shit, not having seen much of any success, really just trying to get a lot of things back in order and just sharing the mindset around that, because that truthfully is one of the biggest, the if not the main reason why I wanted to document everything so much. Because if I could, I use this example all the time. So if you don't know who Andy Frisella is, that's crazy. But whatever, he was in business for 8 years before he took a paycheck or made money or something like whatever that. I can't remember what it was. 8 years before he took a paycheck for himself and bought some cool stuff. 8 years, and during this time frame, he had a supplement store and he was sleeping in the back on what he calls a piss stained mattress. And I would love to know his thoughts and what he's thinking about when he's. When nobody comes in for the day and he only sells $40, or they can't afford rent for their building. So they got, I'd love to know what they're thinking or where their mind is at, even if it was dog shit, even if it was horrible, or if they had different beliefs and it was, whatever. I would just love to know, and that goes for every, like Tom Brady, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, famous authors, people like Andy Frisella, like Ed Milet, people like Ryan Holiday, people like when he's writing his first book, there's all this stuff, all the bodybuilders. If I could just hear what they're thinking about. I know obviously this podcast is more in tune with the entrepreneurship and the business side of things. So people who are building businesses, like Jeff Bezos, as shitty as Bill Gates is, it'd be cool to go back and listen to him when he's building Microsoft. And then, other people just, Elon Musk when he's first starting out with PayPal, just, Donald Trump when he's writing a book, when he's really kicking ass in business, when he first decides he's going to run for president, just all this stuff. That's what I would love to go back and be able to hear and listen to, what they're thinking, their thoughts, why they think X, Y, or Z is a good or bad idea, their plans, how they're going to spend their money, and then to be able to listen, 100, 200, 300 episodes later and then hear them say, oh, I did this and it fucking blew up. I shouldn't have done that. Wow, I'm an idiot. And just to be able to hear all of that. But it's not you can't connect the dots until all episodes are out there. And as Steve Jobs says, you can only connect the dots backwards, meaning once everything has been plotted out on the piece of paper, then and only then can you connect the dots to form the picture. And the cool thing is you get to connect the dots the way that you want and form any picture that you can. So anyway, that's why I want to share some of this stuff. So that's literally what I'm looking at. It's to the average person, to someone who doesn't want to do big shit or doesn't have big goals. I think this would seem very stupid. And on paper, yeah, I guess it is stupid, because why would I want to go into $15,000 of credit card debt to pursue or to be able to quit? Why would I want to go into $15,000 of debt when I could just get another job and not have to worry about it? Well, it's because I think I value time so much more than that. So that's where we're at. So the reason, I guess for some added behind the scenes shit, the reason why I know that I have all this available credit is because I have a spreadsheet and I have all the credit cards that I have. the payment date, the payment amount, how much I owe as of today, the credit limit, and the available credit. And I have a whole calculation that shows me my total amount in debt, my total limit between all cards, and my total available money. So I just got it all there. I think it's cool. And that's what I've done. So again, it's on Google Sheets. But yeah, I think, long term, I'll definitely save these sheets, and I'll put them in some kind of archive and share that so people can see how I went about doing all this stuff, how I tracked all my expenses and things like that. Because I think this shit is fucking cool. If I could go back and see what Andy was doing to budget his account, or how he was managing, that's just cool. So yeah, but going back to what I started the show off with, I got home. It's 5:00 after I eat and whatever. And it's like, okay, well, I got to go get some work done. I go upstairs, start working on Mina stuff. And I'm like, dude, nah, this is not the way. I'm getting paid, and I'm learning how to do things that I don't know how to do. And it's cool, but I'm not getting closer to building my business. So I don't know. Maybe I'll just give it one more week. Maybe I'm just in a little bit of a slump and I need to get out of it before I make any decisions. But I also don't want to leave Mina in the dust. He's a good guy, and he's been very good to me, very understanding. So just a good human being. So I'd hate to see that relationship take a shit, but I guess it is what it is. You gotta do what you gotta do. It's business. So yeah. Anyway, that's kind of where I'm at now. Feeling fine. I'll tell you what, it has felt so nice to hit the gym the way that I've been hitting it lately. And it's so weird because previously I was hitting the gym, I was doing about 4 to 5 exercises, maybe 15 total sets, and I'd get the fuck out of there. My workouts were barely an hour, and I would slack on the gym often, actually. In the last, 2 months, I've just been slacking. And it's funny because now it seems like my workouts are just almost 3 times as long. They're no, that's not right. They're twice as long. And I'm so excited to go and hit the gym and lift and just have a good time. And I'm doing twice the amount of work and looking forward to it 4 times as much, And I think that's interesting. And as dumb as it sounds, it I can see shit at the gym because I have contacts now. So it's a really cool feeling being able to see how you look in the mirror when you're lifting or whatever. Like, I got some new gym shorts, and I thought that they were too short, to be honest. And so I was like, shit, this is kind of embarrassing. This is fucking riding my asshole. But I go into the gym, I start doing my thing, and I realize, no, these are actually fine. And I also look like I train legs for once in my life. And so I like them. And not that I wouldn't have been able to see my own legs in the gym mirror, but being able to see what I call like 4K definition, gym selfie, looking around the gym, seeing people. It's crazy because I can look across the gym and I can see the clock that's all the way across the gym. I can see what time it is. I can look across and I can see people's eyeballs and which way they're looking. That's crazy to me. So yeah, and maybe being able to see plays a big role in hitting the gym. It sounds dumb. I wouldn't have guessed that, but it is what it is. But yeah, that's where we're at. So I feel really good. It just digs into more time. But if I can just get quote obsessed with fitness again and my physique and better myself that way, and then use that as my social resume for bodybuilding and fitness and all that stuff, and then nail this dream or this business once and for all, that'd be great. And when I think about it, a big picture, it's like if I were to just do this for just the next 5 years, I would then have this business. I'd be 32 years old, young as fuck, probably a baby on the way, and I'd be fine. I'd be set, right? So if I can just hone in on that and just focus on that, and I think I'll be okay. But I just got to use my time wisely and not get so distracted with social media or whatever. So there's what the hell is this? Scroll and zoom. What the hell is this? Oh, wow. Nothing. I'm looking at my trackpad options here. I can... What the hell? Anyway, yeah, I don't know if I really have anything else to say. It's day 3 of Blade 1 right now. I was not late anywhere. I got out of bed at 3:50. I did my rigor, picked up some shit today, and actually picked up probably 8 things, but whatever. And then I got to do a role play, and that's it. So I'm going to end the show here and then do a role play and then be good to go. And yeah, we will go from there. So that's all I got today. Appreciate you guys listening. Also, one more thing. We got a listener from Ethiopia. And the reason why I share that is because when I was in, I think it was first grade, I wrote letters to my pen pals in Ethiopia. And that's it. That's all I wanted to share. So I think that's very cool. What are the odds that this person in Ethiopia had a pen pal in first grade whose name was Bryson Sessions? What are the odds of that? Siri, how many people live in Ethiopia?
As of 2024, the population of India was...
Siri, how many people live in Ethiopia?
As of 2024, the population of Ethiopia was 132,059,760.
132 million people live in... Do I even know where Ethiopia is on a map? Where the hell? We gotta figure this out. What the hell? I can't see it. Damn it. Whatever. I also got a listener from Colombia, so that's pretty cool. Okay. Well, whatever. So, yeah. If you're from Ethiopia and you're listening, again, maybe you're my pen pal. I don't know. But I've also never heard anybody else who's running a podcast talk about where all their streams come from. I think this stuff is cool. I like being able to hear where people are from. We also got a lot of people in Ontario listening to the show. And a few people in England. Interesting stuff, dude. Appreciate the listens wherever you are. All right. That's really all I got. So thanks for the listen. Please rate the show if you haven't already. Please check out the Allegiant Excellence podcast. Check out my Instagram. You can apply for one-on-one coaching, whatever. And we'll go from there. All right. Peace out.